What's up? What's going on? Let me get this shared out real quick, real quick, real quick. I wonder is my Twitter gonna work like this? Let's see. Hey, let's see what we got here. Um, I was MIA yesterday. Okay, we lit right there. Okay, we posting right there, right? I was MIA yesterday. Okay, you know what we need? Right there. We need a little light, and I'll get this shared up real quick. Okay, we posting right. Just a little bit of light. There, and let me make sure we over here working. Uh, okay, we working. Let me show this here and there and everywhere. Um, it's Sunday, man, and I know it's lit. I just want to jump on here, go through some motions, and get out of here. My pump. I'm actually still in the lab for NFL. Might bounce back, you know. But man, right now, up. Mhm. All right. And let's see if we working over here on X. Yeah, we working. Definitely. All right. So it is what it is. With that situation, actually, I'm gonna take the Twitch. I mean, not the Twitch. I'm going to take that down, and then we'll start off with the little bit of NBA, right? So quick drive by some spots that we're gonna like. I'm in a line for NFL right now, so it is what it is. But good morning, everyone. Fox owed me by 2 rebounds. Oh, Anthony Davis missed 2 free throws, man. So I wish I had got off Friday night at about 1 a.m. Then immediately went back in Saturday morning about 9 a.m., 10 a.m. to work. So, man, I wish, listen, man, that's why I had, you know, Friday, I had Fox as my thumbnail, right? And he was my number one play. And then, man, I wish he would have took his PRAs or something, or just his points. He says, Fox sold me by 2 rebounds, and Anthony Davis couldn't go for Fox rebounds. Everybody had to take him points or PRA or something like that. Had to have his points involved though, because we already know Fox goes crazy, but sometimes we get those times, my guy. Yeah, man, with nobody there, and then Sabonis didn't even play. Then going up against Utah, like they can't guard him. What's going on, Mike? What's going on, bread? What's going on? What's going on? Let's get this bread, right? Fox has been balling. Fox has been balling. So I am in the I am in the lab right now for NFL. So I just want to go through some spots, right? Now we know I've been playing goblins on Prize Picks. Good morning, Jordan Brown. Good morning, Jordan Brown. Like I said, I'm just want to try to do a little drive by here because I am in lab for NFL. I might go back. I might come back and go live like maybe an hour before, maybe 2 hours before, or I might go to sleep with some on the NFL side. But I'm just want to drop off. Uh, a lot of chalky spots, but they're warranted, right? So let's just go through it. I'm thinking about going live for the NFL, right? I'm tired as hell, so I'm kind of like throwing off my but I'm trying to string some shit up right now. I am in the live, so I'm gonna do this a little bit. What's up, Santana? What's going on? But Celtics and Toronto game went crazy. RJ had a nasty triple double. Definitely did. Everybody coming out right now trying to make me stay on this live already, man. Y'all on some bullshit. I'm trying to get in and get out. Y'all, everybody up. A lot of people up. All right, so look, it's a lot of plays. It's a lot of spots. Um, but like I said, I am in the lab for NFL, so I'm trying to get back to it, right? So I can at least probably try to come back for live for NFL, but I'm trying to, trying to get it together. But I got to drop in here for some NBA. I got an official play, maybe one or two officials, but a lot of people watching for different reasons. Like I said, I've been playing goblins on Prize Picks and stuff like that. That's equivalent to watering down props, doing your bankroll builders and stuff. So take this information in that order. A lot of stuff we're gonna find some good spots that we're gonna want to teeter down. You know what I'm saying? So that a lot. It's gonna be a lot. So um, Phoenix Suns at Minnesota Timberwolves. We got 220 over under in this spot here. Brandon Line let you down. Damn, Brandon Miller let you down. On the grocery list. Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. And I would have thought, well, I know I like to target point guards versus Milwaukee, but I would have thought he would have had a better game. I did take two threes from Bridges yesterday though, but you know what? I did the same game parlay for that game, and Lopez just wet the bed. And what happened was I didn't go back and check, right? Because see, the day before they had already ruled Bobby Porter's out. So I didn't go back and check, and then bang, man, Bobby Porter's was back in, and that shit just that was crazy, man. Get that sleep, bro. You can't cook in the lab when you're tired. I know, right? I am tired. I'm kind of thrown off a little bit though. I'm thrown off a little bit because, like I said, I did go to work Friday night, got off at 1 a.m., went right back in Saturday morning like 9:30, 10 a.m. And then I've actually been up since I've been up for a while, so I'm all over the place. Either way I go though, look, Phoenix Suns and Minnesota Timberwolves 220 over under in the spot. Um, you know, I ain't been, I'm at the point right now where I don't got to give money with Booker, right? I ain't got to give money with Booker. I seen spots that I really like from Phoenix, like, and I just ain't been back. I seen spots where I liked. The last time I bet on them is when I was all in on Bill, and he put up the 24 points. We took his points at 20 and a half, maybe 21 and a half. Forget what it was, but since then, and I told y'all that motherfucker, he be so, that motherfucker be allergic to rebounds, man. You just can't trust him. And like I was saying this year, I'm just not taking myself into situations that I have still done it. But, when I'm coming to give y'all plays and stuff like that, in my opinions, I'm not taking myself into situations that, and I'm not trying to take y'all into situations that I got a triple question. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's weird. It's been weird. It can be weird, right? But what I do know is Nas Reed has been playing some good ball, right? The usage coming off the bench, the usage for him and it's been there, right? I want to say he's hit his 1.5 threes in five of his last 7 games. I want to say, and he's coming in getting double digit shots coming off the bench, right? DiVincenzo, I don't care what you do for the rest of the year. I don't care what you do. I haven't been giving them out, but I'm just looking. It's just not. It's just not right. So if you got a chance to get to a fantasy score for somebody like Nikhil Alexander Walker, then that's somebody I can look at for a fantasy score if it ever pops. If you can catch it on a Prize Picks or you can catch it on underdog or something like that, then be my guest, right? Somebody like that. It's gonna get you some defensive stats, but I wanted to look at Rudy Gobert. I just think this is one of those spots for him. I don't see him get into foul trouble because he'll see some Plumlee, he'll see some he'll see some Nurkic. So it's a possibility he can hit his rebound prop. I didn't bet it, but Anthony Edwards has been off the chain. But 12 and a half. Nas Reed points prop is creeping up a little bit. Slightly leaning towards the over there. I think he could, I think he could, I think he could get there. I haven't bet it, but you know what I'm saying. He will see some Plumlee, who's got a little bit better foot speed that could probably stay in front of him. You know what I'm saying, especially when he stretches out to that 3 point line. And that's the only thing that's probably keeping me off of him. Just thinking about, just Plumlee just being able to keep up with him. And if Plumlee wasn't a backup, I probably would have took it the whole time. So just little things like that. You know what I'm saying? But it is an Anthony Edwards spot. I haven't gotten to anything from this game. They said he had four, and then they changed it. Unbelievable. The team rebounds. I hate that shit. Right? I hate it. The guys that's been playing well. We know Bill's not playing. You could look at Okogie has been balling. You know what I'm saying? It's not the spot for me to go there though. You know what I'm saying? Measly 220. I mean, 220 is meh. I wouldn't be surprised if Booker goes crazy this game, but I can't get there. Right? I can't. Um, Miami Heat, Indiana Pacers. Butler should be back here to muddy the waters. Right now, I'm just passing on this game, bro. I'm passing on it, okay? For until further notice. Denver Nuggets and Memphis Grizzlies here. We got an over under 227 in this spot. Um, Desmond Bain came back and Jaron Jackson Jr. Right? So Jaron Jackson Jr. I can't deny the usage for him, right? And his points probably sitting at 22 and a half. I can see instances where I think he can get there, right? And 22 and a half, I lean towards the over. I probably want to look at his fantasy score because he does have steal and block upside. Desmond Bain came right back and hit that 18 points last game, so he hit the 18 points. The thing about that, like I said, the usage was still there for Jerry Jackson Jr. And that's one thing that I like. They'll be without they still without Gordon, so defensively I like that. I mean he's a good defender. I probably wouldn't take his points if Gordon because I like the matchup, right? But Jerry Jackson Jr. The usage is there, man. The usage is there for him, right? So, um, three of his last four games, he's taken 20 shots or more, right? So he took 20 versus Golden State Warriors, 20 versus the Lakers, 12 versus Portland. Don't know what happened right there. 28 versus Washington. Pace up matchup. A lot of possessions. A lot of chance for a lot of fuck ups. A lot of chance for steals and whatever, right? Uh, so yeah. So like I said, if he can continue to get like at least 20 shots and stuff like that, man, I don't see no problem with getting to. I mean, I don't see no problem with getting to 22 and a half. Can he sell? Yeah, he can sell. Two and a half. I mean, one and a half threes for him. That's usually where his line comes out at. I couldn't talk you up for that either, right? And Desmond Bain, his three ball is in play as well as his 18 points, right? So these two guys will be doing the heavy lifting. When these two guys, when he, when the ancillary guys like Jaren Jackson Jr., the main guys, when they're healthy, they go out there and chuck. Okay, so um, I don't have any problem with that. So James Jackson Jr. Threes here. The one and a half threes. He's hit this in 5 out of his last 7 games. He didn't hit any threes versus Golden State Warriors, but the one and a half he hit two here, five, two here, three here, five, one, three, two. Okay. Now on the back end, we're looking at teams as a whole this year. Paint points, Denver are giving up the fourth most points in the paint. So, looking at Jared Jackson Jr., how he scores his points, I'll show you guys. Um, so, this is his standard game log, every game, every game that he played. And then this is, the advanced numbers for every game that he played. Same thing, 11, 15, 11, 15, right? So, points in the paint, 16, 6. 16, 16, 6, 16, 14, 4, 18, 10, whatever, right? More than half of his points prop is going to come from behind, from should come from in the paint, probably drives in the paint, things of that nature. And I tell you guys all the time, you get somebody down there like 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 um like the Joker, he doesn't want to get in foul trouble. He knows how good, how much he is to his team. Can it hinder him? That big body, yes, it can. But it's two ways you can look at this, or you can look at them both. His three ball is definitely getting juiced up right now. It probably opened up. I don't know where it opened up at, but it's still sitting at 1.5. Or you can look at his points. You can take both. You know, um, can he sell? He can sell too. So I lean towards the over. You can alter it down. Bankroll builders and parlays. Be my guest, right? So would I take the under? Probably not, right? Probably not. On his points, probably won't. A fantasy score, I'm fine with it. I don't like the pace that I think Denver play a little bit slow. That's one thing that kind of makes me wanna, temper my expectation because the pace of this game is not going to be up. But it is what it is. Desmond Bain is going to have all the shots in the world. You can look at his threes. You can look at his regular points. I'm fine with that. On the flip side, we're going to get Joker back, and you know all those numbers are. What I'm saying, I couldn't talk off any of those numbers. Jamal Murray sold me last game. I was highly disappointed in that. He sold, and um, we don't on FanDuel we don't have lines out for. Let me see here, because he continues to ball. Let me see. What's my boy name? Hold on. Let me get off Memphis here. Let me get off Jackson. Let me go to Denver. Um, Christian Braun. Now his points prop is creeping up, but he just continues to play good ball, man. I got off of him and I played him like 5 games straight earlier, and I got off of him and I could have just been cruising, man. I could have been cruising. All this money I missed out on him. At least one, two, three, four, five, six. At least 6 games I missed out on all that money. All that money. All that money I missed out on. He's been a wagon. Yeah, he's been a wagon, man. I missed out on all that money, man. I'm salty. I'm salty because of that. So right now, you can probably look on. We could probably take a look on DraftKings, and they'll probably have the line out for him, and his numbers would probably be looking like. Hmm, they don't have his line out on DraftKings. Hmm, Prize Picks might have his line. Uh, and I got smoked on on Prize Picks the other day, man. Um, Ron, nope, they don't got his line out either. So it is what it is, right? But those are some guys you got to keep an eye out on. Atlanta Hawks, Portland Trail Blazers. So hmm, we know what the Hawks do. We know who the Hawks are. We know how fast they play. We know all of this stuff, right? So I was looking at the points prop here, and this game is definitely going to be a game for same game parlays. You know what I'm saying? The atmosphere. Dyson Daniels continues to kill it. So in about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Uh, yeah, I know, right? Probably about an hour, maybe 2 hours. Fantasy scores will be coming out and stuff like that. So, um, this is one of those games, right? It's like it's like three games that we can target, and you could just go with players just from that game because they're gonna be, the defense gonna be bad, things of that nature. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I'm sorry. Excuse me. But yeah, one thing I would say here is, versus shooting guards here. Damn, I got the hiccups. Um, Portland has been terrible defensively, right? Versus shooting guards. So, this year, 24-25, uh, they're giving up seven more points than any other team to the shooting guard position. I don't know how this is possible, right? I don't know how this is possible. But you know what though? They have seen Ant Man like two or three times, so he that kind of puts a strain on you. But at the end of the day, I mean, points, rebounds, three more rebounds than anybody else, four more rebound chances than anyone else, an extra assist than anybody else. Uh, well, not everybody else, but yeah, in the assist potentials, they still in the green. 3 pointers made. That's Ant was crashing their ass, and 3 pointers attempted. That's a lot of them numbers there is coming from Ant Man because they have played them two or three times this year already. But that's just. I mean, Dyson Daniels has been a wagon in the steals category, and whatever the case may be, it's just he's just been a wagon, right? So the fantasy score, I'm gonna continue to play it until whatever, right? But I don't have like game environments like this. I just don't have no set prop. Now it's a good same game parlay atmosphere for me, and that's how I look at it, man. Jalen Johnson been consistently around that 18 points to 20 point mark, just doing a lot, rebounding things of that nature. Clint Capella, he's just one of those guys. He just went out there in about 18 minutes and got 13 rebounds. This is just what he can do, Jeremy Grant, the shot attempts has been down for him. I expect him to get it. I've been seeing around 12 and 13. And a matchup like this, I expect him to at least get 15 shots. No Anthony Simons, and no DeAndre Ayton. So we can look at somebody like Robert Williams to come off the bench, and Robert Williams could come in and do a little something. You know what I'm saying? He could be limited and stuff like that, but Robert Williams could come in and give you a little. He give you something, right? So if we can get some numbers for why Robert Williams out, you can take a look at that if you want to. Robert Williams, he just played, and then I think he sat out, but he should be ready to go for this game. He played 25 minutes last game. He had 9 rebounds and 19 points. That was versus Minnesota. Going up against this team here, I can see instances where he can do something. Fantasy score. If we catch a fantasy score out for him, he's got 2 blocks or better in two of his last three. I mean, he's got a block. He's averaging a block, 2 blocks as of right now. Uh, about one and a half blocks, 1.7 blocks right now. But if you don't know about Robert Williams, remember he was with Boston. Then he got hurt. He's been injury prone his whole career. So he's somebody that we can look for. Of course, you'll have to wait for a long time for his numbers to pop out on the books. But he's somebody that you could probably take a look at. But what you see is what you get here. You got your scoots, you got your shaded sharps and things like that. Yeah, what you see is what you get here, right? What you see is what you get. That Hawks team is definitely one to target for pace. And we got another one, right? We got Detroit Pistons at Washington Wizards. Jalen Duren sold on me last game. Jakob Pertl, two back, two monstrous back-to-back games, right? So he's been balling, right? So, but at the end of the day, one of the best spots in the league for big men here over the course of the years, right? Last 2 years, as you can see, Washington's giving up the most points to the big to the point to the center position, and they're probably top three giving up rebounds. Top two are giving up rebounds to the center position, and they are top five at giving up rebound chances. Okay, in general, another game here that it's the same game parlay atmosphere. You can just go whichever way you want to go, right? So Washington, they're giving up the most points. Chicago Bulls giving up the second most points, and Atlanta giving up the third most points. And all three of these teams are on the docket. Those are the three teams you should be able to target to make some type of money today. Okay, all three of these teams are on the docket, right? So another game where it's going to be up and down, turnovers, assists, and rebounds to be had, right? So uh, Cade Cunningham is going to be out there triple double hunting, triple double hunting. Um, Jaden Ivey, he'll be matched up with somebody like Dyson. Tobias Harris, I like this. I love this. I like this spot, right? For him and Kuzma will be matched up. Like, what's getting ready to happen in this game, right? What's the total? What's the total here, man? This game is about to be crazy, ain't it? Right? 229 and a half, right? So this is gonna be weird. You're gonna have Cade Cunningham and yeah, okay, right. So I mean, and looking at the power forward spot, uh, points wise, this is one of the worst spots at them defending. I want to say, let me see. Right, so it's pretty green coming across the board. Okay, so Washington, they're giving up 20. They're probably around a little bit outside top 10 and giving up points to the point guard position. Rebounds, right? They giving up rebounds, and we'll get to that in a second. Rebound chances are pretty high for the point guard, power forward position. Assists are up there for the power forward position. Potential assists probably they lean away to the power forward, and 3 pointers made. Probably wouldn't take Tobias Harris 3 pointers made, but the attempts are up. But at the end of the day, you get somebody like Tobias Harris, right? Um, yeah, this is a spot where I couldn't talk you off of if you wanted to get to some of his numbers. You know what I'm saying? Here's a guy that and he's just coming off of he's had multiple double doubles this season already. If we would just go ahead and click Tobias Harris, please. Bang, thank you. Right. So what up against Toronto? The same old song. Not the exact same, but similar thing, similar song versus Toronto, right? Because like I said, in general, looking at the points, right? Toronto giving up the fourth most points, and then you got Utah. Utah on the docket as well today too. So Toronto giving up the fourth most points, and they're giving up a bunch of rebound chances, right? Toronto, and he went out there and got himself a double double, right? He had 11 rebounds, 11 points, 11 rebounds. He's not the damn man. I thought that was somebody else. I'll get to you in a second once I get done with this shit. But hey, he the minutes are there for him. Uh, the attempts, now he's getting double digit attempts, 12, 13 attempts, shot attempts. Now Houston is a pace down, slow down, grind him out. I knew he wasn't going to do nothing versus Houston. He had to see Tari Easton, and you got to see Jabari, like, no, right? And then we're playing slow, and this is, New York Knicks, another game where he took 8 field goal attempts, pace down matchup. Um, Cleveland can make it hard on you, man, with those big guys out there. But long story short, This is the type of matchup here that he could thrive in. So if you want to alter some things for him, be my guest. We already know who Ivy is, what he does, who Cunningham is, what he does. Keep an eye out on Tim Hardaway. He might be playing today. If not, then you already know. We're looking at Malik Beasley, right? Flame throwing, right? Um, the threes, he's been on fuego. Three threes, four threes, five threes, eight threes, four threes on the temps. Going up against this Washington team, we know what's gonna. Hey, it's all about putting that ball. It's gonna be all about putting that ball in the rack. You know what I'm saying? So 3 pointers attempted here. Um, they top 10 in attempts, but y'all get the drift, right? Let me see small forwards. Let me see small forward makes 3 point makes. What are they allowing here? Um, Washington pull up threes. That's not. That's not. That'll be somebody like more like Cade or something like that. Pull up threes. They're allowing 12.2. That might be the most in the league. No, I forgot about Atlanta. But Washington right here and pull up threes. Catch and shoot threes. Mm, corner 3 point attempts, 11.2. Mm, if you can find somebody on that squad who's hitting them corner threes, above the big threes, paint points. Washington will give up points in the paint. I know this for sure. Uh, they are top 10. Okay, okay. And the double double, right? I'm playing the double double for Durant, right? Yeah, for sure. That's how it is. Double double for Durant. It's actually opened up at plus. I ain't gonna say it opened up, but last time I checked, at about 4 a.m., it was at plus 110. I took it right. Now it's at plus 100. Okay, and then I had to point that out for Tobias Harris because he just had a double double last game. His double double was plus 200. Cade Cunningham double double was minus 110. You're still getting a good number for that, right? So it is what it is, okay? It is what it is. This is one of those game environments. You don't really need me to talk about just, I mean, this is just one of those game environments. I couldn't talk you off anything, truthfully. Anything, right? Kay Cunningham, what is this triple double? Plus 800. Still getting decent value on Kay Cunningham triple double. Let me keep it moving, man. Uh, Charlotte Hornets, Cleveland Cavaliers. No Donovan Mitchell today. Okay, so um, um, points prop for Evan Mobley opened up at 18 and a half. I want to say, or last time I checked, it was 18 and a half. It's still 18 and a half. I like it. I like it. Karis LeVert is interesting, right? At 13 and a half, I think you can get to his points as well. Darius Garland's going to be the floor general. And Jared Allen couldn't talk off his double double, and they are they are tough matchup for anybody guarding Lamelo Ball. So I don't know who's going to get the start. I don't know who they're going to put on Lamelo Ball because it ain't going to be Darius Garland. They can't put him on him. That's going to be crazy work. But Darius Garland went out there and hit his assist prop versus my Bulls. I missed it. I think he had at least 8 assists, 7.5 assists here. Don't be surprised if he goes out there and get a double double. Okay. Don't be surprised if he goes out there and get a double double. He's going to be the sole point guard there. Now, there will be instances that Karis LeVert can come out here and hit his assist prop because he does got great ball handling capabilities. He can come in and play the 1, 2, and the 3. So I imagine they continue to bring him off the bench and probably give him some of those ball handling duties. As you can see, his 4.5 assists juiced up at minus 130. It's probably to go to 5.5 soon, right? So let's see something here. Let's go to Cleveland. Um, Karis LeVert. So, looking at some of his assists and things of that nature, 8 assists versus my Bulls, and all three of the guards were playing, right? And this is another reason why sometimes it can get shaky when you take in Garland's assists because you got Karis LeVert, unselfish player, coming in off the bench, handling the rock, dropping dimes. Then you got Donovan Mitchell on the side of you that's damn near bucking for a triple double. Not all the time, but that was the other day, so I won't even throw that in there. But he has assist upside, so he's getting coming off the bench, he's getting 8, 3, 3, 6, 4, 6, 7, 6, 6, 3, 4. So he has assist opportunities, right? So you know, it is what it is. Points wise, just gave my Bulls 22 points. But the 12 and a half points is, I like it, right? I like it. And you could also, you know what I'm saying? The 3 point attempts has been interesting. I did not know he was taking like 4 and 5 threes. So I expect him to take probably about 5 threes today. I can see instances where he takes 5 threes today. So whatever his 3 point prop opens up at, you can probably take a look, right? Um, a lot of people probably going to overlook him today. 1.5 at minus 125. That's definitely in play. You know what I'm saying? But if you just want to go with the raw points for him, if you like it, go ahead and play it, right? 13 and a half points. He has 20-point upside. We know who Karis LeVert is. We don't. We know who Karis LeVert is. And I just, man, this could be a ladder spot. I mean, just 15 points, you're gonna get plus 105. 20 points for him. He's coming off a 22-point game. 20 points for him, you get plus 330. How is he scoring his points, right? Give you guys an insight on how he's scoring his points. Karis LeVert, catch and shoot points, not a lot of pull ups, right? Drive points, points in the paint, yeah, you know what I'm saying? With a mouse in the house, they shouldn't be that big, right? They shouldn't be that big. Down low, they probably not. They shouldn't be that big. Pause, right? But y'all get the drift. But yeah. So one guy that's going to be in play that we're gonna have to look at, we're gonna have to wait for on the books. It's going to be oh, I didn't know that. Mark Williams is questionable, huh? Hmm. Williams, side strained tendon in his left foot before preseason and was expected to miss a couple. He ditched his walking boot in mid-October and was considered questionable heading into open night. However, he's remained sidelined for the first 4 weeks of the regular season and still doesn't have a clear timetable for return. Coach Charles Lee said that the beginning of November that Williams remained limited to individual drills, but it sounded like the big man was attempting to gear up for game action in the coming days. The team hasn't released an update, but Williams should be due for a reevaluation soon. Until then, we'll continue to treat him as day for day and consider doubtful for certain concepts. Williams was a beast. I mean, Williams was a beast. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. But in the meantime, we're looking at Diabate, right? Diabate been rebounding the ball really, really good. He's got 14, 15, 11, and 15 rebounds. So here's a guy that they're going to need some size. Because amongst the trees out there, they're going to need some size. Don't be surprised. He went against Milwaukee, gave him 15, 14 rebounds. Of course, Lopez is allergic to rebounds. Orlando, he fought, right? Fought. Philly, okay, 11 rebounds. And then Miles Turner, I'm still not a believer in Miles Turner, but he can go out there because he can go out there and sell. Just write it down, put it on a piece of paper. I don't give a fuck, right? They're gonna need him today. I'm not saying he's going to get there, but they're going to need him today, right? So write his name down, and sometimes you catch his name, you catch him right before lock, and put it down there like Diabate for like 3 minutes, like 3 minutes, like literally 2 minutes before lock. They'll put his name up there. That's when you look for value. You got to hunt it down. They'll put it up there, but you got to be quick. So Karis LeVert is a ladder candidate today. He's one of those guys, but looking at the defense from look, this Hornets team been playing some type of D. You know what I'm saying? Some type of defense, man. It's hard for me to gauge. It's hard for me to gauge. It's hard for me to gauge what they've been doing, but so I want to trust the numbers and stuff like that, but I ain't even gonna look into the numbers. But what we do know is the point guard position. Cleveland has been getting rocked, right? From you know they've been getting rocked. So I want to see who's gonna start because uh, Garland doesn't have defense, and Donovan Mitchell doesn't have the greatest defense either. So that's how these teams been staying in these games versus Cleveland from the guards. So I have to see who's going to be starting for sure, right? So all the usual suspects in play. Melo's going to take his usually 10 to 15 threes, and it is what it is from there, right? We know, right? But I had to point out Karis LeVert. Um, yeah, Mitchell is out. I had to point out Karis LeVert. Everybody else is self-explanatory, right? Karis LeVert he has 20%, 20-point upside. Not saying bet it. And then the other guy, we have to take looks at Diabate, right? We don't have to, but if they put him on the books, it'll be really, really, really close to lock. Like 2 minutes before lock. His name will just pop up, right? But he's got 11 rebounds, 14, 15, 11, and 15. He will be needed. Like I said, write it down, put it on a piece of paper, whatever you want to do. Whatever. I'm not saying play him, but they gonna need him. Everybody else is self-explanatory. Do what you want to do, right? Dallas Mavericks, OKC Thunder. This is gonna get interesting. This is gonna get interesting, right? Right off the back, I took the over points for uh, SGA without a doubt. No matter what, I think you can look at the fantasy score if you own prospects or something like that for Williams. I think you can look at the fantasy score. You can look at his points as well. But let me see. Going to OKC here. Um, this is going to be a game here. We got some games to get some bread on. We got some games, right? So, of course, how can I not like, okay, Shai Alexander? How can I not? You know what I'm saying? His points PRA line, that Dyson Daniels PRA line is Dyson Daniels PRA line is his regular point line is at 55. I mean at 14, 14 plus 14 and a half plus money, and his PRA is sitting at 22. And if you got like I said, if you plan on prospects, I'm taking this taking his fancy score until he just don't hit it no more because the boy been killing it. So we wound it back to where we were was this Dallas game here. I can't take you off any numbers for any of these guys here, right? But man, let me see. Uh, Shagulus Alexander, 31 and a half points still in play. Uh, Williams points are in play. And where was I heading to? I'm really looking at Williams' fantasy score. He's averaging like 42 fantasy score. Um, Williams, he's going to give you a, so look at the steals category, things like that, right? So 2, 4, 2, 1, 0, 3, 3, 2, 4, 4, 2, right? These are steals. So when you playing your prospects and stuff like that, those account for three apiece, right? Then you look at blocks. He can give you some blocks. Two blocks here, two blocks there, four blocks here, 1, 0, 1. He can give you some blocks. He can give you his fancy. He can give you some fancy score upside, right? So take his last game. He had two steals and two blocks, right? So that's six and that's six. That's 12 points and steals and blocks alone, right? Then your rebounds. He can give you a few rebounds, man. 8, 6, 8, 3, 5, 10, 4, 7. And then the assists 3, 7, 6, 4, 3. So he does a little bit of everything. You can look at his PRAs. You can look at his fancy score, however you want to do, right? Barring any foul trouble, I can see instances where he can get there, right? They were beating the mess out of Phoenix, and he only ended up with 14 points. I needed him to have 18 points, but at the end of the day, he's got upside on his points, man. 31, 28, 20, 14, 29, 23. I expect them to need him a little bit more. Um, Another guy that I want to talk about is Kyrie Irving, right? So Kyrie has been quietly busting ass, right? So who's that? Dallas. Okay, yeah. So Dallas. Yeah, Kyrie just flying under the radar right now. This is one of those games now. These guys tough as hell defensively versus these guards now. But Kyrie Irving, I mean, 22, 21, 43, 29, 17, 27, 17, 28, 35, 23. He's been balling. He's been balling. And his points probably sitting around 21 and a half. Just playing second fiddle to Luca. Um, I can see instances where I'm liking his points, right? So, truth be told, the value is on Williams and on Kyrie Irving, because these guys can show upside on a price on a. I'm talking about price tag, like I'm talking about DFS. But sometimes I'll be in chat with my DFS people. I play DFS as well, but long story short, um, these two guys, they can give you upside on a point prop. What I mean by that, these guys can go out there and give you 25. Uh, Kyrie can give you 25 and a plus 170, Jalen 75 and 70, and Jalen Williams can give you 25, any given time as well. So if you're feeling like you want to bump those guys up, be my guest. You know what I'm saying? You can get, if you just on some, this gonna be a good game type stuff. You can get these guys right, and you can also tease them down to 17 and 18 points, and you can get a good number there as well, right? So yeah, yeah. Outside of Luca and because some people just, I was that guy last year. I was just, I wasn't playing shot points like that all the time. But that's that good. Luca, you know what I'm saying? He's just that good. But these guys can't do it by themselves. And you got guys out there that can show hella upside. You said I'm taking Booker under his PRA again. I can see that in that matchup. We talked about that. I just said I'm pretty much off of him. You know what I'm saying? Do I like Scottie Pippen points and assist line? I was more so no. I didn't look at it. Hold on, I'll put my brakes. I didn't look at it, but I'm more so on either Jaron Jackson Jr. points or his fantasy score, 22 and a half. I think he's three of his last four games he's taken 20 shots or better. He's giving you the opportunity to get to 22 and a half. A lot of his points coming in the paint, and Denver giving up points in the paint, and then you just have Bane coming back. His 2.5 threes at plus money, and he had 18 points in his return. So Bane, 2.5 threes definitely smells pretty good. And I didn't even look at his 4 and 5 threes. We know who he is. We know what he does. It's a possibility. I'm looking at those guys there. Um, Definitely is. Uh, because and then I want to say I was looking at Denver. I want to say the last 4 or 5 games, they've been putting up some points. Okay, they've been putting up some points. Look at these scores. Look at these scores. 129, 120s, and you see what I'm saying? So, gotta notice what's been going on. Look at all these points. 120s and 120s and 140s and 119s to one somethings and the 120s to 10 and the 121s and 124 to 122, 135 to 122, 122 to 120. Mm, how many points they giving up a game now? Let me see. I was looking at that the other day. Points in general, Denver, they creeping up. They creeping on up. Cause man, they giving up points. They giving up points. So I couldn't talk you off any of that, bro. But I know one thing. Desmond Bain like to handle that ball when ain't no jaw around. He like to do that. He does like to do that. But you know, it is what it is, right? So, in this game here, yeah, for sure. Only thing about that is Jackson. Jackson, I don't take him for rebounds, man. He does have foul. He is foul prone. He is foul prone. And that's one of the rebounds. One of the reasons I don't like to take him for rebounds. He more aggressively in the steal and block category, the defensive category, and I think that's where he exerts a lot of his energy at because he does have upside on his blocks and steals, and that's why I mainly focus on Jaren Jackson at right. But I didn't really look at Joker's numbers, and Joker could be primed for a good game, right? You can look at Joker for threes. You can look at Joker for threes and things like that as well, right? Let me see. They have them big boys out there. They got plenty of big guys for them, or a couple big guys for them, I would say. But let me see, Memphis. I can see instances where Joker probably smacked them for a couple threes. But yeah, um, yeah, they have been rebounding on Joker. So this game here, um, what I will say here was, if you want to look out for a few things like, let's see. So let me bring these guys a little bit to the top. Okay, so OKC pull up 2 pointers, right? They deadly in defending that shit. Pull up threes. So ball handlers and shit like that. These the ball handlers, pull up guys, right? They are getting in their grill. Your Kyries, your Lucas and shit. They getting up in their grills, right? The pull up dudes. But guys like Clay, your catch and shoot guys, right? So um, I'll go to I'll check Dallas. I'll filter shoot guards, right? And I'll catch and shoot points, right? Um, you know what? Not shooting guards. I'll just filter catch and shoot points. Period. Klay Thompson is leading the league in catch and shoot points at 10.7. Then you got Buddy Hield. Then you got Derek White, Karl Anthony Towns, Kobe White, Victor Wembanyama, right? These are catch and shoot points. People that are leading the league in catch and shoot points. So, uh, looking at the catch and shoot points here, um, OKC. This is catch and shoot 3 point attempts, right? So OKC for catch and shoot guys, they top five in giving that up, and these are attempts, not makes though. These are attempts. But when you look at attempts, you gotta think about, okay, can this guy make them? Can Clay make them? Yeah. So now you got to make a decision. If you like it, do you want to bet on them? That's how this chart is bringing you the data. It's bringing you the data, but you still gotta figure. You gotta dig a little deeper to see, can this guy take advantage of this? Corner threes. I don't look into corner threes that much, but they are OKC is number they fifth, whatever. They green, right? And the catch and shoot threes. I mean corner threes, and then second chance points, right? Because these guys can really go small, so they definitely giving up some second chance points, right? So they probably top three in the league, top four in second chance points. This team can go versatile. They can go. This Dallas team can go lively, which let's see. Let me go to Twitter real quick. Give you guys a quick overview, not overview, but um, lineup alert. Derek Lively the second will remain in the starting lineup ahead of Daniel Gafford for the next couple games per Coach Kidd. That don't mean he's gonna be out there for a long time though. That don't mean that, but that means he'll be out there. That's extra live considerations, things like that, right? So at the end of the day, yeah. Then if they need to downsize, they can go down a little bit to somebody like um, 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 Daniel Gafford, right? A little bit more quick, things like that. Or they got PJ Washington came back. They can go down to PJ Washington. They also can go to Cleveland. So they got some guys. They got versatile guys for different situations, right? You gotta watch this Dallas team. They just gotta put it together. They gotta get it together. They got some bodies, right? They got some bodies. So you know, vice versa. Yeah, for sure. So it is what it is, right? So if I had to bet on this game, if I had to bet on this game, I'm probably taking they're gonna probably I don't know who they're gonna put on who. If I have to take a prop from this game, I really want to. I mean, I'm really liking the 20. I'm really interested in the because I just think this is gonna be a game, man. And I'm just 21 points, and for Kyrie and Jalen Williams, they're giving you upside. They give you upside, but I would say this, right? I would say this. Now we know OKC OKC been locking these guards ass up, right? They've been locking these guards up. So just like they just got finished with Booker, right? They just got finished running a number on his ass. A lot of people lost money on that. I'm knowing well. You know what I'm saying? I'm knowing good and well not to bet on a lot of these motherfuckers. But it's gonna be some guards that's gonna get them, bro. It's gonna be some guards that's gonna get them, right? So they did a number on Booker ass right here, right? I think they did a number on Powell. Um, Golden State Warriors, I think they did a number on some of them. They might have did a number on Curry right there. Like so, it's a lot. It's a lot, right? But we just looked at the chart. The catch and shoot, that's catch and shoot. The pull ups, the catch and shoots. So rewind it back. Let me go take a look at the threes here. Because you can look at things a whole total different way. You're gonna get 2.5 threes for Kyrie at plus money. You're gonna get 3.5 for Clay at plus money, right? So these are guys that can definitely pull up and make the 3-point shot, right? So Kyrie Irving, I showed you guys how much he's been balling. He's been balling. The 21, I don't mind taking that 21 against this OKC team. But if you don't get there, then we know why. But the 3 pointers made, I mean, he's all over the place, right? 3, 2, 3, 6, 5, 1, 3, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2. He's all over the place. He's a scorer, right? He's gonna get the he gonna get to it any way he can. So I still got love for Kyrie points because he can shoot the three. He's a three-level scorer. He can shoot the three, he can shoot the midi, and he can get to a rack against a smaller team like this, right? So and he's been balling. Hit this number in 4 straight. So we'll see. But man, this should be a game here. So I don't mind. I don't even mind you taking SGA for 35 or 40, man. So I couldn't talk you off any of those guys, right? And all this shit that I'm saying might not even come to fruition. This game just might go off the Richter scale. Take Clay out of it. Clay can't even get one assist. It ain't about. That's not his job. That's not his job. His job ain't to get assists. His job is to catch and shoot. That's it, and play some defense. His job ain't to get no assists. You got Kyrie and you got Kyrie and you got Luca. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a job. He ain't out there to be handling no ball, trying to get nobody involved. You know what I'm saying? That's not his job, man. Look at this. Look at this potential assists. Like he hasn't had more than 5 or 10 potential assists all game long. He don't even. That's not his job. You know what I'm saying? You look at somebody like Luka Doncic, that's his job, right? Look at these passes, right? 66 passes, all these passes. Look at his potentials. 19, 11, 21, 13, 20, 14, 9, 10, 14. Right? You take these people for what they do. Don't put nobody on your slips that for some shit they don't do. That's how you lose it. Yeah. Don't put them people on your slip for and put to do things that they're not supposed to do. Hell no. This motherfucker Clay is running around screens and shit trying to get open, catch, and shoot. So, this game here, it is what it is, right? So uh now, Brooklyn Nets game, like man. What's the name called Fire? I expect no problem, fam. I expect Carl Anthony Towns to be back this game, right? Um, Still no Claxton, and I expect this boy to bounce back. I mean, he blew the money. Dennis Schroeder blew the bag. Cam Thomas was just on fire. I did not see that shit coming, but he was on fire, bro. That motherfucker was 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 from three at one point. I'm definitely looking for Dennis Schroeder to bounce back, and Cam Johnson hit his points prop. Shout out to him and Jalen Brunson. I think he hit that dagger three to get them boys over the hump. Josh Hart almost had the triple double. He was one off a 9-9. This is a rematch, right? I don't tend to bet a lot of rematches and stuff like that, but OG looked good. Josh Hart, I could definitely with the smaller New York Nets. I mean, the Nets team, I can still see them, coming to do. I can see Josh Hart, doing something similar. But I really want to take a stab at Dennis Schroeder's points again. I don't think Tibbs was happy about letting Cam Thomas go the fuck off on him. I actually thought that was going to be Dennis Schroeder. And, Dennis Schroeder just had an off game. The usage was there. His points prop was at 16 and a half. He just did not make the shots. You know what I'm saying? I think he had 16 shot attempts, 17 shot attempts. He went 4 for 17, shot the ball horribly. Still had 14 points. Hit a big time three. So I'm willing to go back to the well there. I like the matchup for him. He just couldn't really take advantage of it. Surprisingly, he had 8 assists. I wasn't expecting that. Ben Simmons didn't get to his rebound assist, but I think I want to test the waters and go back to the well on Dennis Schroeder for some get back. How do you feel about Dorian Finney-Smith 3-point line at 1.5? His 1.5, his 3-point been at 1.5 since he's been in the league. Uh, I could never talk you off of it. They need all the offense they can get right now. Offensively, it's only Cam and Dennis Schroeder. Really, truthfully. So I couldn't talk you off of it. He's going to get all the minutes in the world. Um, you know, uh, and I don't see him get into foul trouble or anything of that nature. He's hit this number in 4 of his last 5 games. With him, he's been in all type of high pressure situations with Dallas. stuff like that. Remember that Luka team where he just had Bullock and Dorian Finney-Smith, all the motherfuckers just out there shooting them threes. So this is what he's out there to do. 3 and D guy to space the floor and hit the three ball, bro. So I cannot never talk you off of that. He's a vet. He's a vet, bro. He's been there. He's been in the fire. We've seen it in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He's been in there. So definitely, he's definitely worthy of hitting that three ball. He got to make it. He got to make it. What's the number? Minus 125. Yeah, I definitely can see that. I definitely can see that. He's 4 or 5 to that number. He's at number 4 of his last 5 games. This game here, though, I'm looking at Brunson, and last game I took Carlton Towns points, and he ended up not being available. Right. So I like this matchup for Carlton Towns. Um, I like this matchup for Carlton Towns. Finney Smith points is sitting at 8.5. It's doable. It's doable. On that back end, I know on that back end, the defense ain't there on that back end for the Knicks. I mean, Carrington Towns ain't the best defender, man. He ain't the best defender. Protect the paint, rim, rim protector. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the best at that, but yeah. So a couple slashes or something like that, a couple easy layups. I can see instances where he can get there. A solid 8, 7.5, I probably would have gone. If that motherfucker, but a three, two threes, one three, a couple buckets, that's a weird line, right? They force you. If he make 1 3, he still got to make like 3 more buckets, right? The books be on some shit, right? But even if he hit 2 threes, it's a possibility he still got to make 4 buckets, right? 2 threes, and a layup, that's only 8, right? So that he still got to make 4 buckets. In most instances, he still got to make 4 buckets, right? So let's see. The books is a trip, man. The books is a trip. Let's see what they've been doing, right? So okay, all right. So okay, and that's about what they're banking on, right? He's got to make 4 buckets to cash this, right? He got to make 4. So if he make 3 buckets, so he still got that right here. He must have had a few free throws, right? Free throws. Yeah, he had a few free throws. He got to make 4 buckets. He got to make 4 buckets. Only thing he got to make 4 buckets. He got to. He got to make 4 buckets, and I can see it. But that line is low. The line is low, straight up. Um, So I think I want to go back to the well on Dennis Schroeder, and then, like I said, Josh Hart's fantasy score PDR. I mean PDR. That's what I do. Paintless dent repair PDR. If y'all know what PDR is, then you know what it is, right? That's what I do. But PRA, right? Is in play. And Carlton Towns' point prop is 26.5. Definitely in play. But I think I'm probably going to go back to the well on Dennis Schroeder points and keep a close eye out on it. And it might be a ladder situation. Like 20 points is not a real possibilities, especially when you take 6 to 15, 16, 17 shots. Um, Okay. Houston Rockets, my Chicago Bulls, right? Pace up matchup for the Houston team. Houston probably bottom the last, probably just one of if they top 3 slowest pace team in the league. Going against the Bulls, pace up, right? So Bulls giving up fastest pace in the league, and they get the top 3 most points in the league, right? So you got to get guys that's going to be in a pace up matchup. It's going to get a bump, right? So we can start with we can start with Fred Van Vliet if you want, right? Because his assist prop is going to be in play. Believe it or not, he's out there to drop down. 6.5 is not a rim possibilities. Or you can tease it down, whatever the case may be, get a goblin, whatever, right? His assist prop just going to be in play. Now, Alper Sengun, his points probably at 19 and a half. I think he's at 19 and a half. I can see instances where Alper Sengun get there. It's at 20 and a half right now, right? Double double, you get it at minus 150. I couldn't talk you off of that. That's definitely in play as well, right? I might use it in a parlay piece, minus 145. It went down 5 cents, right? Nikola Vucevic has been balling. Minus 125 for a double double. For him, it's not out of realm possibilities. This is a pretty good defensive team, though. Houston Rockets. So I like Vucevic because he's polished, and he's a baller. He can put the ball in the rack. So a double double, I can see instances where he's getting that right. Those are my favorite two guys to target in this matchup here would be Vucevic and um um the fucking center. What's his name? Sengun. These are my favorite two guys to target in this spot. I can see instances where both of these centers can get a double double. They have to stay out of foul trouble. It should be a nice matchup, bro. Should be a nice matchup. Lately, I haven't been FanDuel hasn't been dishing out um Vucevic threes line, so it's out right now. You can get 1 3 for Vucevic as a parlay piece. Two threes, you'll get it plus money at probably plus 150, right? Um, so I'm knowing Vucevic at least hitting 1 3 a game, but he I was looking for it versus Cleveland. They did not drop it, bro. They did not. So he made the two threes versus Cleveland there, but he's made a three in every game except for probably 3 games, at least 1 3 in every game except for 3 games. Head to head versus this team, I'll go back to last year here. I think he faced these guys one time last year, or maybe twice, right? So versus Houston, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 18 points, 12 boards, right? So got I don't. So one of those games, Shingun didn't play, right? One of those games, Shingun didn't play. Speaking of Shingun, I'll show you the numbers versus him versus the Bulls. So, uh, Houston, this is last year versus Chicago. Okay, Alvin Shingun. And speaking of Alvin Shingun, he just had a triple double, right? So, um, he played 41 minutes, 25 points, 9 rebounds, 0 for 3 from the 3 point, 5 assists, 2 steals. Right. So this would be a good matchup. Definitely will. It's definitely gonna be a good matchup here. So it is what it is. Uh, yeah. Um, Next, so I'm looking at this both of the centers here. I might mess around and throw a double double parlay up there and see if both of them can get there, or just tease it down. I know I seen the regular rebounds for at 10.5 for Shingun. That's plus money. Okay, 10.5 for both of these guys. Even if I wanted to parlay them up or something like that, see if I could get these guys to steal 8 rebounds a piece. That'll probably be what, minus 156, then I could throw anything in there, right? Probably like a few points or something like that to get that juice down. Maybe like 15 points for Alfred Sengun because I think he's going to get there. But something like that. As a bankroll builder, I wouldn't be opposed to going there, right? But I'm figuring it out. I think he gets his points though for sure because Vooch is not the best defender, and like I said, the assist prop for for um for Fred Van Vliet is in play. He uh let's see, Fred Van Vliet. Let's go to not versus Chicago, but let's go this year, 24-25. Fred Van Vliet. Um, Assists. So he's been, so he could be disappointed, right? He could definitely be disappointed, but coming off 10 assists versus the Clippers, 5, 7, 2, 10, 5, 5, 4. So he can be disappointed at times. And the Bulls, assists wise, they give up the most assists in the league, right? So you can look at in general, or you can think about, point guard, center, whoever's the playmaker, right? As you can see, they're number one in giving up assists. Now to the point guard position, they're number one, averaging 11.77 assists. To the center position, they are probably way down there, right? But I wouldn't take too much into that because once you're a playmaker, you're a playmaker. Because at the end of the day, the Bulls are giving up the most points in the league. No, let me see, second most points in the league, and they play at the fastest pace. So at the end of the day, it's a pace-up matchup for this Houston team, right? I just like the bigs, and I like assist props here. Don't know if I'm gonna play Fred VanVleet 6.5 because sometimes he can sell, man. Straight up, he can sell. Um, Last game on the docket here. Um, I got to go to Norman Powell here. We got an over under 221.5 in this spot. Looking at the points here, it's possible. I mean, it's possible for him to go over some of his stats today. Bulls are not that good versus power forwards, but I ain't, man, because he's got Tari Eason breathing down his back and all of this. He ain't been playing well. He might been playing. He might play a little bit better lately, but he ain't been playing well. Jabari Smith Jr. He ain't been playing well. So he just went off. Okay, he just went off versus the Clippers. But other than that, 5, 11, 6, 4, 12, 7. He got a 21 right there. That's a lot of inconsistency, right? But he went off, man. I see. He went crazy. He made five threes, 11 rebounds, 28 points versus the Clippers. And I can see why. Clippers not the biggest team. And then Albert Sengun had a triple double that game, right? Yeah. Uh, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. So he took a back seat there. So yeah. So I can see instances where, um, you know, uh, I can see instances where he can have a good game, but he ain't on my radar. But he's definitely in play, right? If you think he's want to continue what he just did, then be my guest. Points wise here, I like Norman Powell. I like Norman Powell today, right? To get back in the points category. I like James Harden. I like this backcourt. I like everything. Going up against this Utah Jazz team, not a good defensive team, right? Utah, uh, Utah giving up the fifth most points right now, um, and they're giving up the fourth most assists right now. Um, and they're giving up the most potential assists, right? So that's James Harden all day long, all day strong, right? He might actually hit 10 assists today, and you'll get value on it because his assist prop opened up at 8.5. So right now it's probably a 9.5 by now. It opened up at 8.5, and you'll get plus money for just 10 assists for him alone at plus 140, and for a double double for him, you'll get it at plus 105. So why in the hell would I even, you know? I mean, he could also get. He has been rebounding the ball heavily, right? I don't know what he's been doing lately, but his rebound is sitting at what, 6.5. That could, he can very well be in line for a triple double as well. I mean, everybody else doing it, right? So definitely got to take a look at the triple double. It's plus 900. But if you're thinking about the double double, you can go. If you think he can get a double double and assist, I wouldn't even take this. one plus 105, I would just go with the raw 10 assists, bam, and get that at plus 140. That's a little bit more. That's a little bit more money for you, right? But he could definitely go out there and get you 10 dimes. I mean 10 boards and leave your ass looking stupid, right? But I had him for a double double early in the season. The last time I took him for a double double, he hit that double double with rebounds. That was like the first or second game of the season, and I was like, man, this is crazy. But yeah, the assist numbers here should be there for him. Not the greatest defensive team, this Utah Jazz team here. Let me see something here. Um, Utah, um, they are top four in giving up threes, and they're number four in giving up threes. And where are they giving them? Let me see something here. Let me see. Shooting guard position. Utah give up threes to the shooting guard position. Small forward position. Utah 3.5 threes to the small forward position. Point guard position, Utah 2.5. Okay. So, what type of threes? Let's see. Catch and shoot. Catch and shoot threes. Corner threes. These are attempts. These are attempts. These are not what these are attempt above the break threes. These are attempts. All right. So you got to figure out, okay, they're giving up these attempts. Okay. Can he make them? Right. So let me take a look here at Clippers. Um, Norman Powell. So he's coming off a two bad game. This is a good. So right. So versus Houston, like back to back games. Like I'm not betting against him. Now here's an example, right? Versus OKC, right? Remember we were talking about OKC, how they can give up the three. Um, he hit five threes on OKC right here. Then the first game he played OKC, he hit three of them, right? So he clearly hit his points prop versus OKC, um, and his 3 point prop. He had 24 versus OKC and, and 31 versus OKC. The shot attempts now, I'm not betting against nobody pulling against Houston, of course. Slow ass, pace down matchup, and it shows, right? Slow ass, and then they got deep, right? So it is what it is. But prior to those two games, he was in fuego. Five threes, three threes, five, six, five, three, 4, 5, 2, 7, 1. Right? These are makes. Then his points, right? He went over that number and he was on fire. So I'm looking at him to get back, right? So I'm gonna take the over 21.5 points. And like I said, from the way that he's been playing, here's a guy that can probably show you upside on that point number, right? That number 21. What James Harden wants you to do? He wants you to shoot, right? 25 points for Norman Powell plus 200, 30 plus 500, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Just pointing that out. This three ball probably sitting at, no, it's going to be sitting at 2.5. It's going to be sitting at 2.5. It's 3.5 at plus 130, right? So you get five threes for Norman Powell. Probably not a lot of value on that, but five threes you'll get it at plus 280, right? Not a lot of value on that. But his points prop is in play here. I like the points. Now, Um, Zubac. I mean, if you want to take the double double for him as a parlay piece, be my guest. I couldn't talk you off of that. I like that, and marketing. He could be coming around. He could be coming around, bro. And you know, his points prop price in at what? 18 and a half. I forgot what he did last night, but marketing points could be in play here, right? Power forward. I'm imagine. He might be playing the small, right? I know he's been playing three and the four. Um, what team is Utah? I know we've been playing the three and the four. He ain't been looking good so far this season, but against Sacramento is a decent little spot for him. He went out there and had himself a decent game, 25 points. Can that get him over the hump? Because he's been overshadowed by John Collins for for these last few games. But this is a back to back. But he's still young. There's instances where he can probably show some upside here. I haven't checked to see what. I see Jabari Smith just had him a game versus them, right? So Clippers. Hmm. Hmm. So I don't know. So parlay piece, double double for Zubac, and I like Norman Powell points, man. Straight up, I like Norman Powell points at 21. Okay, I like Norman Powell. I'm playing Norman Powell points at 21. Okay, and that sums it up right there, straight up. Um, Let me see if I got to a hmm, parlay. Um, Maybe something like a double double parlay I can get with Zubac. Um, I can get with Duran here. I can get with I can get with man. I can get with Jared Allen in this instance. Um, I don't know which one of these guys I want to take a pull the trigger on, Alpha Shingun or Vucevic, right? I don't know which one I want to pull the trigger on. But I'll definitely I'll play these three here for sure. I'll play these three. I'll run this parlay here at a plus 369. I'll run this. I'm going to run this. So definitely right. Um, and as far as let me see. Duran, I played that straight already. Um, Between Kyrie and Jalen Williams, I don't know which one of these guys I'm gonna play. I'm playing one of them straight. I gotta figure it out. I'm going back to the well on Dennis Short Air points. I'm going with Norman Powell points. Strong lean to it's multiple spots here, right? Like I did not play. I did not play. I did not play the 18 and a half for Mobley yet. Um, I'm probably getting ready to play this 13 and a half for Karis LeVert. I'm just I like the 18 and a half for Mobley though. I like it. So don't get it twisted. Melo 26 and a half points. How can I not like it? How can I not like it? Right? I like that. The assist prop. I can see getting to assist prop for LeVert or Garland. Right? Um, Uh, Jaren Jackson Jr. I haven't pulled the trigger on his points or nothing like that. I'm thinking about taking him the threes. I'm thinking about taking two threes apiece for these guys, man. Uh, uh, Desmond Bain and Jaren Jackson. I'm thinking about taking two threes apiece for them. I really wanted to take Jaren Jackson points, but I mean the usage is there, so I lean towards the over, right? I lean towards the over. I think I ain't gonna put them up there right now. Um, Same game parlay atmosphere for this Detroit game. Um, I'm still wrestling with the Dallas side of things, how I want to attack that, and I'm wrestling with how I want to attack these bigs from Houston and Chicago. Right? Miami and Indiana Pacers. I might take a rain check or a live bet or something like that. I wanted to take the Nas Reed. I wanted to take Nas Reed, but I'm probably gonna put him in a parlay and take his points prop down, or take his 3 point prop at 1.5 and put that in the parlay. He's hit that frequently, so and then the Miami Heat. I'm probably just gonna, if anything, live bet that, and that will be I'll be watching the red zone throughout that little time right there. So, it is what it is. But Jared Allen, a double double. Karis LeVert over 13 and a half points is a. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it right. Ivica Zubac is gonna be a double double parlay piece. Powell points. Jalen Duran double double. I replay straight. 16 and a half points for sure there, and it's gonna be more. The rest of them, I'm gonna be putting it on prize picks and shit like that, right? Prospects and stuff like that. I need to go on the lab for about another hour for NFL. Catch you guys in a minute, right? Catch you guys in a minute.